Coming up on this episode of the Preston North End Weekend Warm-Up, Emil Riis hoping to continue his great run of goals against this weekend's opponents, and former Middlesbrough player Gary Gill revisits that FA Cup game in '87 and looks ahead to the visit of Michael Carrick's men. All that and so much more only on the Preston North End Weekend Warm-Up. Hello again, welcome to another episode of the Weekend Warm-Up. Let's start with one of our greatest hits from recent times to put a smile back on all our faces. This weekend's opponents, Middlesbrough, last game of last season, they were looking for promotion, we were looking to spoil the party.
Daniel Johnson this time coming across and looking to wrestle it as well. He's got two defenders with him. Emil Riis is offering support. Johnson is strong though, and he's a wily character, and he's still got it now, and he's been hacked at. Referee playing the advantage. Riis with a deflected effort, just palmed over by the goalkeeper. Excellent stop from Daniels. Whiteman crossing into the far post this time. Daniels comes and punches it away. Good goalkeeping from him as Brad Potts puts it back in there again. Good drop for Brown! Magnificent from Alan Brown! A fantastic goal to give North End the lead. Johnson now with his left foot will look to wrap this one into the penalty area. He plays it close towards the goal. Oh, and it's gone all the way through. The goalkeeper's claiming there was a foul. Not like the goal was initially going to be given. That could be a big let-off for Boro. And a big moment in the season as well for them. Here's Riis now though for North End, trying to capitalise on the sloppy play, and it's Riis with the afterburners on here, trying to get away from Housen, who does well to stay with him. Riis has still got the ball though, as he looks to turn between the two of them. Fantastic skill this time, bending it forward, huge deflection, and it's 2-0. Emil Riis will try to claim that one, but it was a almighty deflection to get past Daniels. Ali McCann battling for the ball, is able to see it break his way. Now Archer looking for McCann again, trying to run through, and it's Ali McCann! Oh, just wide! Now Jones this time, being helped in field. Deepdale backs it up and will cross in towards the far post too. Tavernier's header, and Boro have got one back. It is game on, and there's new life in the Boro charge now. Sporer is challenged by Whiteman, who's just too strong for him. He wins it now, and it's Cameron Archer able to run away. Riis looking for it through the middle, and it's Riis who takes it on. Is this the chance for Emil Riis? Yes, it is! Emil Riis gets 20 goals for the season, with a typically unerring finish to cap a fine season off in style for him. 20 goals. Housen sends this one in forward, and it's Watmore's header, and it's a brilliant save from Everson. How many times have we seen that this season? Housen finds McGree, and out for Jones again it goes on the right-hand side. McGree will try and turn it into the penalty area, and this time there is a chance, but it's a magnificent save from Daniel Everson, but still the ball is not clear, and they're looking to just fire it wide this time. It's Whiteman who does go for the corner, and it's a good save from Luke Daniels. You have to get across well there to keep that one out. Just broken kindly here for Tavernier, but Ben Whiteman sliding in there to win it, and North End are after it, but it might be the final day, but three were chasing after that. Here's Cameron Archer now from a tight angle. Can he make it four? Well, Paddy McNair has blocked it, but it was with the use of a hand, and the referee points to the spot, and there is also going to be a red card here for Paddy McNair. Emil Riis looking for his second goal of the afternoon, and it is Riis who steps up and scores. The afternoon gets better and better for North End on the final day. This is a great moment here for Paul Huntington, who's coming up for the final time, and we often see a standing ovation for a player coming onto the field, but that's what Paul Huntington is getting here with the closing moments of the season here. Huntington on, and what a reaction, and what a standing ovation, what a touch from Alan Brown as well, as he gives Hunts the captain's armband as well. Huntington's head, anyone? And it goes towards Huntington, and it's just crossed over. Well, it very nearly happened. It's all smiles from Huntington. Here's Sepp van den Berg on the edge of the penalty box now, looking for O'Neill. From a tight angle, O'Neill will thread it across towards McCann, who just couldn't find the finish. Daniel Johnson will take over too for the Jamaican. He is just trying to run the clock down as the full-time whistle goes. It is North End who win on the final day and put on quite a show as well to win by 4 goals to 1.
One man who does very well against Middlesbrough is Emil Riis as he approaches his 100th league game for Preston North End. We had a chat with him just outside, in fact, because he's got a great record, 4 in 4, should have been 5. Let's start with his memories of that game last season.
I remember both of them, so I definitely have some good games against them, so hopefully it will be the same on Saturday.
I think I'm right in saying that you've scored 4 in 4 against Middlesbrough. Is there something about that team? Were you aware of that? I'm sure you were.
Well, I thought about it this week, so I definitely knew it. Yeah, I don't know if it's something I'm lucky to score against them, or it's just they come in, but it's a great stat to have against them, and hopefully it can continue like that.
I don't want to open up any wound. I know you've still got the ball anyway, so maybe it isn't, but should it be 5 in 4? Should you have had a hat-trick?
Yeah, I think it should have been. I think it was on target, my shot, so that's why they took it away from me, because they thought it wasn't on target. But yeah, I would obviously like to have that hat-trick, but it wasn't there last time, so maybe it's coming. You call it 2.5, I think, don't you? Yeah, I did. I definitely. Well, I got the ball on my own half and took it all the way almost to the back of the net. So I think I definitely had a big part in that, and I obviously had a shot as well. And a bit unlucky, the defender deflected it over so they gave it to him as well. They did a swap for the QPR goal, I think. Yeah, unlucky. Yeah. They giveth and they taketh away. Yeah, well. I don't like to give it to the defenders. Well, they don't like it as well, because obviously it looks bad on them, and so just have a striker that's happy and a defender that's kind of happy. Hat-trick this weekend then, maybe? Yeah. Why don't we take you back as well to the first goal you scored for Preston North End at Deepdale? What are your memories of that? It was I think it was a very cold night, I think. It was a ball, I think we were winning 2-1 maybe, and then get a ball in behind and face up 2 defenders, get through them, and then a low shot under the keeper, kind of. And yeah, it was a great experience. Obviously, there wasn't any fans at Deepdale back then, but it was great to score at Deepdale, definitely. Does that feel like a million years away, or just yesterday? It seems to have gone quickly, but in the same breath, it's forever ago. You feel like you've been here for a good time now. Yeah, no, it feels like a long time ago. I've been here just over 2 years now, and it feels like more. So. It's gone quick, but yeah, it's a long time ago. We both know how important, as you said, that game, no fans there. It took a while for you to play for North End in front of fans. What difference are they making, do they make for you? Yeah, definitely, they're great for us. They're like a 12th man when they're really bouncing and everyone is cheering us on. So it's great for us to have them there, and away as well. When we get on the road and we feel the support behind us is really great. So even Deepdale away, they're great. So just in terms of putting smiles back in everybody's faces, a hat-trick for you against Middlesbrough will be great. How do you go into this one, given that they've now got a brand new manager? He could be changing the formation. What have you been planning this week? How does it work? Yeah, obviously you don't know what they're gonna do, so it's just more about focusing on ourselves and do what we can do. And I think that's what it is in most of games anyway, that we should know how we play our game and then do it the best we can. Obviously you always need to look a bit at their strength, but we don't know. Obviously this is still the same player, so we can still have an idea how they will play or something. But yeah, it's going to be strange with the new manager they have. Yeah. And we'll end, because we talked about the first goal that you scored. This is your 100th championship match as well for this game with Preston North End. So how do you feel about that 100 games now? Oh, it's gone quick. I can't believe it's gone that quick. It was a journalist that told me the other day, and I almost didn't believe him. It was gone that quick. So as I said before, I've just been over 2 years here and 100 games in the championship. So I played probably a few more games than 100. So for Preston North End, so it's gone quick, and hopefully I can get a lot more.
Did it start you thinking? Do you have a favourite?
Well, I think the Middlesbrough game last year, actually, the one we ended on, it was a great game for, I had some family in the crowd as well, and it was just great for everyone, I think.
Same again then, please.
Yeah, hopefully.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, as part of our look ahead to the Middlesbrough visit this weekend, we're going to look back to an FA Cup game back in 1987. Ronnie Hildersley scored in a 1-0 win, and both teams were going through, well, a transition period. Probably doesn't do it justice for either of them. So we thought we'd catch up with one of the Boro players this week who still watches the team and used to work for the club as part of their academy. And it's quite fitting because one of their academy players is now their head coach. Let's say hello to Gary Gill with his memories of 1987.
It was freezing. The game shouldn't have went ahead. We lost. I think everybody agreed seriously that the game shouldn't have went ahead. Everybody played in training shoes. The pitch was rock hard. And a little midfield player for your team smashed one left peg, top bin, and that was it, game over. It spoiled it, actually, because we were due to play and we thought we were going to win. We were due to play Newcastle in the next match, which obviously a massive game for us in the North East. And we were actually doing pretty well in the league that season as well. So we were really expecting to win. It was a good crowd. Everything was going in the right direction, and it sort of all got spoiled.
Can you remember why it did go ahead? Because everybody says I've spoken to Slav, Ronnie, money. Of course it was, yeah.
Yeah, we were expecting a good crowd. The club had obviously had the financial issues from before. There were different times, obviously, very different to where you are now. Our welfare wasn't even considered probably at that point. But no, seriously, it was. Did we want it to go ahead? I guess we did, but the conditions made it a lottery, really. That's nothing against Preston. It was exactly the same for them, and they deserved to win the game. And the lad, Ronnie, scored an unbelievable goal to win it. It actually should have graced a far better game, if I'm honest with you, but he scored with a fantastic strike, put us out the cup. We didn't enjoy that. But we got promoted that year, so I suppose, we managed to get something at the end of it.
It was only when I showed him the goal a couple of years ago, he thought he'd hit it in the other corner. He'd just rewritten history completely for that one. Just at the time, Gaz, as well, mid-80s, not a great time for both teams. North End had just finished 91st in the Football League, had to apply for re-election, put the plastic pitch down and reinvigorated. And probably even worse for Middlesbrough, is that fair to say?
Well, yeah, I mean, we'd had all kinds of problems just to get going that season, really. We'd gone through, I think it was the summer before, actually. That was the January 87. So, yeah, it was the summer before. We had nowhere to train. The padlocks were on the stadium. We couldn't get in our ground. It was great fun, as crazy as it sounds, but it was a really worrying time because we were very close to going out of existence, which would have been criminal for a club like ours, and similarly for a club with the history like Preston to go through those difficult times was difficult for them. But I think we were closer than probably Preston at that point to going out of business altogether, which just wouldn't have been right. Fortunately, Steve Gibson managed to pull a consortium together and rescue it. And then that season started and we played really well. The crowds got bigger, the belief grew. And that's what I'm saying, when we gave that FA Cup third round, a massive occasion for everybody. We were really looking forward to it. And we really expected to win the game because we've been playing ever so well. We had a load of good players. We were heading in one direction. And obviously it didn't happen that day.
As you said, you got promoted. We got promoted the same season. So we all... Did you ever play at Deepdale?
Yeah. And I played on that plastic pitch as well, which was difficult. Did you know if it was as hard as the pitch was at Ayresome Park that day for the FA Cup match? Only the ball bounced even higher.
Would that have been for Boro? Would that have been for Darlington or
Middlesbrough? I think both, actually. Yeah, I think maybe both. Yeah.
What are your memories of Deepdale? Or just the pitch?
Well, I've been back to Deepdale many, many times when I've been in my last job, when I was involved in the recruitment at Middlesbrough. I've been to Deepdale when I've been on the radio, as you're well aware. And I'm not just saying this, I think it's a great club. I really do. I enjoy going there. I think the people are great. The hospitality you get, well, excluding you, of course. No, seriously, Sam, it's people like yourself. It's that football club. It has a history. It has a tradition. It's got a lot of class. The people that are around, you know, for example, the director's box when you're lucky enough to get invited into there, and, you know, the meet and greet people at reception, just them, they sort of tell you what a football club is going to be like. And I really like it. I do. I think it's a great football club with a lot of tradition. Fantastic ground when you've got plenty in. Creates good atmosphere when you're playing well, just like everywhere else. But it's got a good feel to it, and I do look for Preston, you know, as a kind of club, because I've always enjoyed my visits there.
And as far as Middlesbrough at the moment, a new manager, a North East boy, Michael Carrick, in charge, and an assistant manager you know really well from his time at Middlesbrough.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. He's a head coach, and these days there's a distinction between a manager and a head coach, and our football club is definitely going down the modern route, if you like, of having a recruitment department alongside a technical director, alongside a head coach, you know, to sort of work in tandem to make sure that the club can move forward in the right way. I think it looks like a very good appointment. I know Woody very well. Woody was a manager actually when I was again at the football club doing some recruitment work down there, and he went in at a difficult time, and it was hard for him. He then went to Bournemouth afterwards and did a very good job there. So he's had good experience, and I think he should be a real help to Michael Carrick, who I don't know personally, but I think, you know, he holds himself well, he speaks well, and I think. On the surface, it looks like it's a very promising appointment.
It's hard to know for us what to expect, I think, this weekend. Do you have an idea of what sort of football that they might want to play?
I think they'll want to play. I think they'll want to open the pitch up, and I think they will want to play. But they're also, it's like everything, you know, you want to start well, so you can't suddenly be over expansive, because that's the style of football you want to play and lose the game, and then suddenly the pressure starts. You know what it's like now. You lose a couple of games and the pressure's on, and everyone's a bad appointment. He doesn't know what he's doing. You get all that kind of stuff. So I think they'll be cautious, but they will look to develop a playing style that will be entertaining, that'll be modern in the way, you know, that a lot of the clubs are getting success now. They'll look to press the ball high. I'm pretty sure of that. They'll look for a lot of youth in the team. Obviously, you need that sprinkling of experience. Johnny Howson being that kind of player. But I think it'll be exciting. I think when they get going, I think there'll be an exciting team to watch. I'm pretty sure of that.
Back to the present day now, and the pre-match thoughts from within the camp. Ali McCann in a moment. Let's start off with the manager, Ryan Lowe.
So we always want the home form to be good, don't we? I think last season was a bit of mixture when we come in, and we won some and, you know, drawn some, lost some, and away form's been actually decent this season. You want that home form to get up, but again, there's got to be a bit of patience in it. You know, teams are coming to us and have come to us, and, you know, if you go back to the Rotherhams and the Hulls and whatnot, they sat everyone behind the ball and stopped us scoring, which, you know, good for them but not so good for us. I think, you know, we need to make sure we don't get too frustrated. My message to the players is don't get too frustrated, be nice and calm. Message to the fans will be don't get frustrated, just stick with the boys and get behind them, because it's going to be important that we collectively as a group, and whether that's the players, the fans, the staff around, we all need to be a little bit patient going forward, because the league is a tough league, and as they've seen, anyone can beat anyone.
I had a couple of disappointing results at home recently, so try and turn that around. If you can pick as many points up at home in the league, in the championship, it's huge, and that's something that we kind of need to improve on. So we'll be going to do that starting Saturday.
You know, you only have to look at the league table, though. You know, there's a lot of teams and clubs up and down the country. You know, I think patience is obviously needed with a load of clubs and load of fans. I know there's a lot of frustration, not just at Preston North End, but every football club up and down the divisions, let alone the championship, because everyone wants to be doing so well. If you look at the championship table, it's so tight, isn't it? You know, 2 wins catapults you straight up to third or fourth, and, you know, 2 losses catapult you down. So, you know, I think in Middlesbrough's case, they're only a couple of wins away from trying to get back up because they've got a good fan base, good club, and they've got some good players. And now they've got a young, good manager who's after Saturday probably going to want to go and do as well as he possibly can.
Yeah, it's so tight. So if you do manage to sort of string a good couple of results together, you can see yourself climbing a fair whack. So I think that's what we're aiming to do with the break coming up in November. So if we can, I think we've got 4 games till then. If we can get positive results in all of them and maybe put a wee run together, it'd be huge for us.
Right, just before we go, a reminder that the Middlesbrough match is the Kick It Out fixture. Tickets on sale in all the usual places if you want to come and join us along at Deepdale. And we're there again on Tuesday night when it's a swap for the Kop. If you've already got your ticket and you want to go and sit on the Kop, I'm saying it like it's just there. It's not. It's over there at Deepdale, obviously. You can do that either on phone or in person at the ticket office. And Tuesday night is, hang on, there we go, Rainbow Laces night as well. And you can find out all the, that was my other foot. You can find all the details of that on all Preston North End's social media channels. That's it for now. Thank you as always. Like and subscribe, turn your notifications on and pray with me. Come on, you Whites!